I still get chills thinking about that flight from Chicago to San Francisco last summer. It was one of those red-eye deals where everyone's already cranky. But what happened in business class turned into this wild lesson in judging books by their covers, or in this case, hoodies by their frayed edges. Picture this. Emily Hayes boards the plane looking like she'd just rolled out of a coffee shop marathon faded gray hoodie with a coffee stain on the sleeve, ripped jeans that had seen better days, scuffed up sneakers, and this beat-up leather backpack slung over her shoulder like it held nothing but old notebooks and dreams. The moment she steps into the cabin, heads turn, whispers start buzzing like angry bees, and the head flight attendant, Lisa, sharp-dressed woman in her 50s with that tight bun and a smile that could cut glass arrows in on her like a hawk spotting prey. "Excuse me, miss, economy's at the back. This here's reserved for folks who actually belong." She snaps loud enough for the whole cabin to hear, her voice dripping with that fake politeness masking pure disdain, born from years of dealing with what she saw as upstarts trying to sneak into premium seats, probably fueled by her own frustrations with the airline's cutbacks that left her overworked and underappreciated. The passengers pile on quick, sensing blood in the water. There's Tom, this slick real estate mogul in a tailored suit, flashing his gold watch as he leans forward with a smirk. Bet she got that ticket from some shady app. Thinking she could bluff her way up front, he mutters, his words laced with the arrogance of someone who'd clawed his way up from nothing and now guarded his status like a dragon hoarding gold, hating anyone who reminded him of his own humble starts. Then Sarah chimes in, this influencer type with perfect blonde waves and dangling diamond earrings, shaking her head in mock pity. "Honey, those jeans? This ain't a thrift store runway standards." People, her laugh sharp and cutting, driven by her own insecurities about maintaining that flawless online persona where appearances were currency, and seeing Emily's casual vibe threatened her carefully curated world. The cabin erupts in chuckles, cold and echoing, as more join the fragreg. The finance bro with his perpetual grin quips, "She looks like she's here to mop the aisles, not sip champagne." His jab rooted in a lifetime of boardroom battles where belittling others boosted his ego. Even Clara, the fashion critic in her sleek black dress, adds, "I hope they're not lowering the bar. Some folks just don't know their place." Her disdain stemming from a career judging people by outfits, masking her fear of being judged herself. Emily doesn't flinch at first. She hands over her boarding pass with steady hands, her brown eyes calm but carrying this quiet storm inside, like she'd faced this kind of scrutiny 1,000 times before, back when she was building sky-high airlines from a tiny startup in her garage, scraping by on ramen and rejection, only to rise as its secretive CEO. But today, after a grueling day negotiating a merger that could save jobs but crush her soul, she just wanted anonymity, a moment to breathe without the weight of her empire. Yet as the mockery builds, Tom demanding louder, "Get her out. She's ruining the vibe." And Sarah sneering, "Seriously, who let the riffraff in?" Emily feels that familiar knot in her chest tighten, not from hurt, but from the exhaustion of being underestimated, her mind flashing to her late mom, who'd taught her resilience through tough love, whispering in memory, "Let him talk." Kid truth hits harder. She sits in 1A anyway, pulling out a worn journal, her fingers tracing notes on fleet maintenance, mentioning offhand to Lisa about a glitchy tray table she'd spotted. "Fixed that this morning, right? Wouldn't want issues mid-flight." Her voice soft but pointed, hinting at her insider knowledge without giving away the game. And Lisa pauses, face paling slightly, but the passengers brush it off as luck or eavesdropping. The tension simmers, words flying like daggers. Greg leans in. "She's got nerve." But nerve don't buy seats. His mumble laced with envy, seeing in Emily the kind of quiet confidence he lacked despite his bonuses. Clara adds sarcastically, "Maybe she's lost economy's calling. Her cruelty a shield for her own fading relevance in a digital world." Emily's knuckles whiten on her backpack strap, her inner voice raging, why did success mean dressing the part, when she'd earned her spot through sleepless nights and bold risks, not flash? But she stays silent, letting their arrogance build like a wave about to crash, until the co-pilot, Mikey, a lanky guy with wide eyes, glances at her ID card peeking from the bag, his step faltering as recognition dawns, whispering urgently into his radio. Then bam, the intercom crackles, the captain's voice booming calm and authoritative. Ladies and gentlemen, a quick note. Sky High's founder and owner, Ms. Emily Hayes, is joining us today. Let's make it smooth. The cabin freezes, like someone hit pause on a bad movie. Lisa drops her clipboard with a clatter, her red lipstick stark against drained cheeks, stammering. I had no idea. Her authority crumbling under the weight of her mistake, born from blind adherence to appearances over facts. Tom sinks back, face ashen, muttering a shaky, "Ms. Hayes, forgive me, didn't know." His bravado shattered, exposing the fear of losing face in his cutthroat circle. Sarah's laugh dies in her throat. It was just jokes. Please, her plea hollow, revealing the fragility behind her filtered life. One by one, they crumble. Greg grips his armrests. Clara stares at her nails, their apologies tumbling out like forced confessions. But Emily just fastens her seatbelt with a click that echoes, her eyes meeting theirs coolly. Arrogance like that? It doesn't fly with me, Ver. Her words a blade, slicing through the hypocrisy, born from years of being dismissed as just a girl with ideas. The rest of the flight? Dead quiet, the kind that screams louder than words, passengers fidgeting, avoiding her gaze. Emily sipping water from a trembling attendant's hand, her mind drifting to that old photo in her bag of her younger self with her mom at their first tiny plane, a reminder of why she built this empire. Not for status, but for proving worth beyond looks. As we taxied to the gate, no one dared speak. Their worlds flipped, leaving Emily walking off first, backpack swinging, unchanged but unbreakable. But here's the thing that sticks with me: is their snap judgment just human nature, or straight-up toxic elitism? And Emily's silence at the end, mercy, or a power play that lingers? What do you think? Have you been on either side of this? Drop a comment below, share your stories of being judged or judging too quick, like if it hit home, and subscribe for more real talk tales that make you rethink the everyday grind. Let's chat. Your take could spark the next big convo.